am Alex from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Mag. And Alex, what's this video called?
I believe it's called Board Game Tag. I could be mistaken. I have to go check. Jenna from the Board Game Garden, prompted us to do this over here. So
the video's just called Board Game Tag. No, that's not true.
Remember.
That's not true.
What's it called?
It's 20. It's like 2026 so far. Okay, ready?
Yeah, hit me.
This is the title. Jenna of the Board Game Garden, most amazing, wonderful person in the world. As of 2026. Yes, that's the beginning. As of 2026, As of 2026.
This is our title or her
Board
title?
Game Tag. Yes, this is her title. Board Game Tag.
There's no way that's the title. You're making this up.
Okay, it could have gone somewhere, but...
It definitely went somewhere. This is Board Game Tag or something. It's called Board Game Tag or something. No, you cannot do that again. No. Wait till you get to the end of this video, guys. It's a little surprise for you. Anyways, there's a video that this will have an appropriate title for the video. The reason I'm thinking Board Game Tag is because you tag other creators, you tag other people, and you're like, John, I want you to do this video. Fun fact: who are you tagging?
Are we saying it now?
Yeah, why not? The tag part we can do right now. Why not? Why not? That's the most exciting part of the video.
I was going to tag Room and Board.
I was going to tag Room and Board.
I think you're lying.
I'm not lying. I don't even have a backup. Who's your backup? We should tag 3 people. You're supposed to tag 3 people, so our shared pick is Room and Board. I forgot to do this before. I have to take
then
notes.
I'll also tag Thinker Themer.
Okay, cool. I'll tag. I'm debating between old versus new. I'll do old. Board Game Buzz. The old versus new. Not that she's old. I was thinking like someone who I've liked for a while, or a new content creator.
Well, so she was tagged by Jenna.
Did she do it yet?
I'm not sure if that matters. Jenna already tagged her.
Fun fact, I don't think Jenna told us she tagged us. I watched her video and saw us tagged, so maybe she didn't tell Carly either. Maybe Carly doesn't even know she's been tagged.
Okay.
I'm going to send this video to Thinker Themer.
I would pay $10 to restart.
You cannot do that. This is
going to be an expensive video.
This is going to be an expensive video. Anyways, now that we've tagged Room and Board, Chris George, as well as Thinker Themer, Amy and Maggie, as well as Carly from Board Game Buzz, we can go ahead and start this video that is totally not Board Game Tag. So, the concept of this video is you get a bunch of questions, and then you answer those questions, and there's 2 of us, so both of us are going to be answering those questions.
Sorry, is the concept of this video not improv?
No, it's clearly improv. We should have done this live. This would have been so much fun. Anyways, we debated doing it live. We just, the day didn't work out. I had a meeting during the time, whatever. It's a few days later. It is what it is. We're doing this now. Yeah. We still owe you a solo video, by the way.
Tragedy actually struck.
We still owe you a top 10 solo games of all time from both of us. We'll get to that. True. Maybe we'll do that live. You want to do that live?
I gotta play solo again more. I kind of stopped. I kind of got busy and I gotta play more solo games again. I would do it live.
Anyways.
If you want the answer.
Yeah, let's do it live. But in the meantime, for today's video that is totally not chaotic at all, the very first question... What?
Not chaotic at all.
The very first question... this is a series of questions. We'll have them all time-stamped. But the very first question is, what board game do you want to take on a second date? No, this is not The Bachelor. No, this is not The Bachelorette, despite the missing 19th season. Is it 19th season? 20th season? Which one's missing?
What?
The Bachelorette. Which one's missing?
Oh,
whatever number season.
Newest one?
The newest one is missing. Okay, but this is not that. This is what board game did you play once and you want to go ahead and play it a second time. Like you just want to get that second play in because you've only played it once. You liked it. You want to play it again, or maybe you hated it, but you still want to play it again to find out if you really hated it. I'm not sure if that's the intent of the question, but interpret it how you want. What board game do you want to play again?
Why don't you go first, Alex?
I'll go first. My board game that I want to play again is Rebuilding Chicago.
Okay.
Rebuilding Chicago. Played this once so far. I've played the original Rebuilding Seattle. I've played that a few times. I finally got around to reviewing it because Rebuilding Chicago showed up. And this, I would love to get some more plays in because I would love to, well, first of all, I'd love to review it and I like to get more than one play in, but also because I liked it. I enjoyed Rebuilding Chicago. I thought it was an excellent polyomino game that plays out across 3 rounds in which you're trying to, I mean, it's polyomino, but you're voting on these, it's kind of like push your luck polyomino, but you're really pushing the player's polyomino because you're trying to figure out when are you going to activate that thing and do I have time to buy the right things to build up all the stuff I need as my population needs increase across 3 rounds. But as the amount that can get done gets cooler and cooler, it's one of those games that feels a little tight that first round, but as you start to spread out and get things done, it is incredibly satisfying. It's like a nice mid-weight polyomino game. Polyomino games are often on the lighter side, notable exception for A Feast for Odin. This one falls into a nice medium range. If you don't have the brain capacity for A Feast for Odin, but you're feeling more than Patchwork or Barren Park, I highly recommend Rebuilding Chicago.
Well, Alex, I had you go first because I slightly may have misunderstood the first prompt. I thought it was games that, like, made you want to immediately play again, so I didn't know it was one, like, you haven't played a second time yet. So, but...
I'll pay you $10 if we restart this video.
For real. But it's okay. And I'm going to fix it. And this game I have only played once. I have two games on my... Because I have two that I will swap that I'll let you know what this was swapped with, but I do still have an answer to this prompt. Okay. Mine is Museum Pictura.
Okay.
What?
I know exactly what you're swapping this with. You're swapping this with a title that starts with a V.
I'm not.
No, you're not. Yes, you are.
Think.
Okay, we'll find out later. Anyway,
this is a game that I really enjoyed, and it was one that we learned the game. I think we played a literal, not a round, but like a turn, one hand of whatever. And I was like, I'm locked in. I got this. I love it. I know exactly what it is.
I thought you were saying we only played a hand. And I was like, what are you talking about?
No. But from that far in, yeah. I immediately was like, I love this. And so for anyone who, okay. Let's back up. In this game, you are card collecting, and you're using that to play these cards into your museum. So the cards all represent paintings, so you're kind of building out your museum with the different paintings that you have. And there's different, like, set collection things that you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to have similar colors of the different paintings. So, for example, there's, like, yellow, green, red for, like, the background banner. And you're trying to group those together for different things. And this was just such a delight that this was a game that I feel like I synergized with it and just found a way to... It was one of those games that I had a really good first play, but I also really liked it. So I was like, I think I'm just locking into, like, you know, people were talking and having fun, and I'm like, no, but, like, let's pay attention because this is really fun. So, yeah, I had a delightful time with this, so much so I've asked for it many times since then, and I'm sure I will play it again soon.
I'm down to play. I want to play the expansions.
It's just when it comes, like, time to play with the other choices of games, it doesn't get picked.
I want to play the expansions, first of all. So I want to try those. Also, this game is out of print, unfortunately. Sorry about that. It's from Holy Grail Games. Also, fun fact, you've played Encyclopedia, right?
Yes.
Because to me, I love this game, but I like Encyclopedia more, personally.
Yeah, see, I think
very similar
this one...
Same designers.
Yeah, this one I feel like asks a little bit less of you.
It does.
So for me, it was more fun because I could... As someone with ADHD, being able to, like, focus on this. Some games I really like when there's a lot going on, but then it's harder for me to, like, stay in it by the end of the game.
This felt like a slightly more accessible, lighter version of Encyclopedia, and I prefer the slightly meatierness. Yeah. But yeah, both good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I'm surprised I've held on to it for this long, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, because that makes it more likely to get tabled.
My museum, you guys, I did not fill it. It was entirely Rococo, entirely yellow, except for one green painting in the corner.
You're never going to beat that
game. It was amazing.
Okay. With that, we are moving on to the next question, which is, what game has hit the table the most in 2026?
Alex?
You have to go first. You have to alternate. We have to alternate. It's the only way it's fair.
But yours is more of a definite answer, correct?
Yeah, it is a definite answer.
Statistically based?
Statistically tracked plays, everything with a margin of error accounted for.
So do you want to go first?
Fine, I'll go first. I don't know the rules here, but
I like
we'll go
this
ahead.
one first of yours.
So, mine, unfortunately, I don't have because I lent it out to a friend who wanted to play it because he saw my coverage. I am getting it back, though, because I told him I want it back. Also, because it's a prototype, and I got to be very careful when I lend out prototypes. But this was Eureka. Eureka from Bitewing Games. In fact, depending on when this video goes live, I think this video goes live when the campaign is still going, so promotion to that campaign over there. But Eureka and Rolling Deep. Eureka is a game I played more than 50 times at this point, and it's one that I'm debating whether I continue playing it or whether I wait till the final production copy and then start again. I'm leaning towards that. But effectively, it gives you like 15-minute solo games. Speaking of solo games, it gives you like 15-minute solo sessions of just rolling a bunch of dice, trying to assign the various goals, but then you have these different modifiers each time you play, so you can go through different levels. I think there was there's at least like 25 or so levels, something like that, to go through, and then you can play them each multiple times as you try to accomplish their goals. And then there's like a beating Nick that is like one of the designers, or I don't know, designers, owners of Bitewing Games, and you have to beat his score for all that. So I want to kind of beat his score, which is a whole different thing. I'm gonna make it happen. But basically, it's rolling a lot of dice in 10 to 15 minute solo sessions, which is why I've gotten like 50 plus plays this year. It is easily my most played game so far.
I'm realizing I was maybe supposed to leave this here.
You are supposed to leave it there.
I moved it, but I was supposed to leave it.
Which one is yours?
Okay, so mine is a guess and not statistically based, but I do think it's a very strong guess based on how much this was played. But that is going to be... Oh, sorry. That is going to be The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Trick Taking. Now, this one, again, like how yours is like 15-minute solo play, so it may not have the most time of my time played, but the most actual plays. This is one where there were many rounds where I had to reset and replay a hand over and over, and there were some that we did right away. Not as many, but this is, you know, I've talked about the first one as well on the channel, but this is a trick-taking game that's cooperative where it takes you through the story of the Two Towers, so it continues the first one, and I do just love the changes in it. I'm someone that I grew up loving hearts and trick-taking, and for me with hearts even, like, I was so much into it that I would try to shoot the moon and win that way because it wasn't enough to just win. And so with the Two Towers, it really changes how you need to win the tricks and who does what, and it gives every player a role where you have to do these specific conditions, but no one knows what cards you have, so it is really tricky. And yeah, I think it's a delight. It's, you know, it's the story, it's the lore, you're all playing as these characters, you get to be like Aragorn and Frodo or orcs, and even being the orcs is fun. Yeah, good choice. Very solid trick taking.
Also, fun fact, you know how you said my statistical and all that? I generally log my plays.
This is close?
No, not even. That's the other way around. I don't know if I've logged at all this week. I think, so I log most of my plays, but I regularly say, I used to say like I log 90% of my plays, and the past year or two I think I'm down to like 70 to 80%. Like I log a lot, but I don't log everything. In fact, fun fact, the Eureka, I still haven't logged most of my plays because I'm like, technically they're all written down, so I'm like, oh, I can find it later and do it, but I never will, or I will. And this one, I think that I've played this a lot, and I may have logged the first few plays, but after that, it's like late nights and playing till like, 1 a.m., another round, another one. I still think Eureka definitely beats this. I don't think I played this 50 times.
I don't know.
But
that many different hands? I don't know.
It is. There was a lot of resetting. There's a lot of resetting when you're like, okay, well, we didn't do this. Let's do this stuff again.
And you don't have the top shot on, correct?
Right now, you don't. No.
So, I loved this game so much that my friend Alicia came to visit, and I played a lot with her. But I've been bedazzling recently, and I bedazzled the Two Towers that come in it. So I don't know how well you guys can see that. Not the best.
They're shiny and sparkly.
But they're bedazzled. So Alicia, you can look forward to that now next time you're here.
Anyways, with that, the next question is, this is a two-part question. What is your biggest surprise and biggest disappointment this year?
Do you want me to go first this time?
Board games. Well, at least one of them. You gotta go first on at least one of them.
Wait, is there one you'd prefer to start with? I think surprise.
Honestly, I think this at this point is not that exciting for me. So yeah.
Okay, well, my biggest surprise is a game that I absolutely loved this year, which was the one that I would take on a second date, except I already have. And that's going to be Boss Fighters. Is it Boss Fighters QR? I think it is, technically. Boss Fighters QR. This is a game that... It may seem childish. It may seem like a game that's a little bit more kid-based because of how the characters look, and it is a game that you use an app where you're scanning QR cards. But for me, like, I don't want to say like in a video, but it's a game where I'm playing as a rogue, and I feel like everything I'm doing as a rogue really feeds into that archetype, but also feels very unique. And you get these different loot items that you get to add to that. You're playing with this deck, and you're basically going through like the economy style of that deck to perform these different attacks against all these different monsters, and they all behave differently. So every time you load into a different level, you're figuring out how to beat that particular monster, because in the beginning you would think to just attack something, but then sometimes you have to like take down shields or pace yourself or do this type of an attack, then that type of an attack. So it is a game where you are using an app. It scans the cards that you do, that when you do it, you're going to hold up like a QR card, that there's a little bit of a learning curve to not look at your card in front of you unless you're sure you want it scanned, because if you pick it up to look at it, it could get scanned. But otherwise, I really kind of like the AI system that it knows exactly what you need to do. If you scan a card, it'll choose targets for you. It'll, prompt extra actions for you if you get extra actions for yourself. So I really like how much it runs itself. And this very much felt reminiscent to me to something like Gloomhaven, where I wanted to play my character again. It gave me that feeling of I got to upgrade my character. I added a few cards to my deck. I want to play again. So it does give you that sense of giving you a little bit for your character every single level, and then you want to experience that and see how those cards play out. But I really enjoyed this one.
Do you want to review it on the channel?
Sure.
Because I haven't reviewed it yet, and I need to.
I don't want to say I loved it, but I think I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say I played, 6, 7 levels? Oh, I didn't do it on purpose, but I think 6. Or
I don't remember.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this
I've
one.
played through it partially twice. I've done it first with my kids because like it seemed like that kids vibe, and they liked it, but they weren't asking for it a ton, so I did a few levels with them, and then I dove back into it with you, and it is definitely when you play on. There is difficulty adjustment, and it is hard if you put it on that medium to hard difficulty. It is a challenge. You have to learn who you're fighting against. Anyways, that's your biggest surprise. My biggest surprise is, if I can grab it over here, my biggest surprise is. Six Sojourns.
Okay.
I liked this game so much, and I expected to like it, but it still eclipsed how much I thought I would. Like, I was looking forward to this game. I saw it as on crowdfunding, and I was like, oh, this is 8-Minute Empire Revisited. I always loved 8-Minute Empire, and I thought that 8-Minute Empire does something that games often do that I don't love, but many people do, it's just me, which is taking a big box experience and putting it in a tiny box game. I like small box games that are small box games. I like big box games that are big box games. The Tiny Epic line, for example, never once have I cared about it. Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, didn't care about it. Whenever a game feels like it's condensing a big experience into a small experience, it's not for me. Just give me an experience that's meant to be one or the other. And Six Sojourns to me felt like, oh, they took 8-Minute Empire or whatever it is, and they took it and made it bigger, and it always felt like a game that needed to be a bit bigger. And I love it so much. It's not a massive giant box. It isn't going to take up 4 calyxes, none of that kind of stuff. This is the big box deluxe version of everything.
That's everything.
And yeah, there's a smaller retail version that's half the content. But this gives you so much decision in 9 cards that you draft. You're basically pulling from an open market, spending your precious coins, trying to choose how to manage your area control as well as your set collection. The different maps give you a lot of replayability. The different expansion modules give you a lot of replayability. I absolutely adore this. Speaking of games I haven't reviewed, I still haven't reviewed this. I'll have a review for you soon, I imagine. But Six Sojourns, I thought I would like it, and I loved it. Every single turn I was like, it mattered so much. The tenseness around the decision. I just saw Dice Tower reviewed it like today. They get a 7.5. 7.5. Shame. For shame. To be fair, their score is more in line.
Out of 7.5?
Their score is more in line with the general opinion out there. It's one of those things. Whenever I love a game, sometimes it's a game that many people love, and sometimes it's a game that others like. This is one of those times where it's what others like. So if you are buying this based on my recommendation, understand that I might be in the minority. But I'll also say, like, I saw 2 comments in the Dice Tower video that were like, I've loved this game. And I was like, you are my people. This game was amazing for me, and yeah, it's amazing. That's my surprise.
I enjoyed it.
But you're the 7.5 crowd, aren't you?
No, I think so I've only played it once, so I think it's very much one of those games that if you've only played it once, maybe you would land there, and then if you played a second time, you can see the game better because you're starting off fresh again, knowing the rules. So I do think, obviously there are a lot of games that benefit from the second play and like a learning game first, but I do think that's one that my opinion will change after a second play.
And I will say, I was there for my first play, but I have played the 8-Minute Empire series, which might color things. Anyways, that's my surprise. I guess I'll go first on the disappointment side. On the disappointment side, and I don't think you have to have answered both, but like if you give me both questions, I'll answer.
If you have one.
Yeah.
I happen to have one.
I have one. It's not even that exciting an answer, but Praga Kaput Regni. I finally played it this year, expecting to like it because I really like his games a lot. I will say his games fall into a category of not Vladimir Suchi. Is it Vladimir Suchi? Vladimir Suchi as a designer. I find his games are often very, very good, but I don't actually usually own them. But I usually really like them and want to keep them and then don't end up keeping them. Praga Kaput Regni, I thought might be there, and it wasn't even there. I just didn't like it. I learned the whole thing, played the whole thing. I played it once, just the once, but I even won that game. Sometimes that's a factor. Like, it wasn't like I didn't understand it. I won the game. But I just didn't feel any synergies. Everything that comboed felt like it was completely disconnected, but it had to combo because, hey, we're making a game with synergies, and none of it felt intuitive to me, and that really took away from the experience. It's a well-loved game, well-liked. I thought I would really like it, and my only question was, will I love it or just like it a lot? And turns out I didn't care for it at all. That's kind of where it was, which is sad, but it is what it is.
My disappointment is also disappointing. And that is going to be The Rise of Queensdale.
Good choice.
Oh, I was so excited for this, you guys. Which, good news, this is also out of print, yeah. This is out of print. You can't get it. Don't worry about
Unless
it.
you want into half-price books. Apparently they have multiple copies there.
Yes. So this is one that it's a legacy game, and with my friend Alicia, we enjoy playing like long legacy games over the course of a week when she comes to visit. And we played Legends of the West. The Ticket to Ride one.
Yes.
And had a fantastic time. Absolutely loved it. Set the precedent, set the bar. The Rise of Queensdale, when you hear the pitch, is that you're these different people going around gathering herbs to find a cure for, I think, the queen who's sick. I don't know if it's the queen or the king.
I don't
Either
remember.
way,
The story was
someone's
never the
sick and
point.
you're trying to gather herbs. And so the gameplay has you rolling dice that you get to customize with stickers, and they get cooler. And even off the get-go, when you get stickers for these dice, one of them is a dog. Like, there's just cool things that you get to do that it feels tempting. There are these flowers that you flip over, and all the flowers are pretty, and you get to collect them. And for me, it just did not hit. And it was one that I was so excited for that it was at Half Price Books. I almost bought a second one thinking this is going to be so much fun. I need another one. That's how much I know I'm going to like this. And it is so far unfinished, halfway through the week.
More than halfway through, yeah.
Well, but halfway through the week, we kind
gotcha.
of decided, you know what, we're going to give up. It's just not fun. And I think other people are having more fun than me, but it felt very grindy. It felt like you're customizing dice, but you're not ever really rolling what you wanted. And they are stickers that layer, so part of it was that we were wondering if the stickers are heavier on one side, it's going to land on that side, so you're not going to roll the thing that you just put on. So there was just like a lot about that like we weren't getting the things that were cool. And then there's no way to set a die to a particular side, so if you get these like special abilities, there's no way to make sure that they happen, even if you can afford paying like, you know, a bunch for them. And the buildings that you build are very expensive, that it felt like the economy in it, you were trying so hard to do so little. I just didn't have fun.
And so that wasn't my issue with it. I played this back in the day, and I thought it was great. I think my issue with it was, specifically because we were trying to play it while Alicia was here, it fell into this weird territory where it was a little grindy.
Yeah.
I think it's a little slow-moving relative to other Legacy games. The amount you unlock versus the amount you have to, like, repeat the process. And I think that works better when you're not under a, hey, you know, a good friend is here and we only have a week to play games. I think it might work a little better if you weren't under that time crunch. And so that definitely took away from this experience for me. I always liked it. I still think it's a good game, but I think my first play was better.
I would say definitely check out Ticket to Ride Legends of the West if you're interested in something that fulfills
I'd play that again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways, the next prompt, the next question is, what game has the best production art this year?
Oh.
Do you want to go first, or should I?
Up to you. I can go first. I don't have it. I don't have the art with me. I just have the box.
That's good. That's good enough. Does the box have art on it?
Yeah. Well, a bit. Mine is going to be Lands of Eversheen. And it's an absolutely beautiful game. This is a game with a lot of lore in it. There's books for when you're developing your characters, so there's pages of art for the entire game, and there's a lot of lore because you're going through these stories and making choices, so there's just a lot in the world itself, plus the gameplay mechanics. But for me in particular, I picked it because of how the player boards are. That they're really, it's not like how beautiful it is or the art per se, but the actual quality of the player boards and how it's designed and how you have these pieces that come out and add back in. They really thought through everything and planned it out before, you know, it was made. And I just really love, in particular, the player boards, but even there's like a story tracking system where you log certain things that have happened. And even like that actual track is so beautiful that there are just a lot of pieces to this game that, you know, it has miniatures. All the miniatures are great. They're really cute. You have choices for your character, like of what ones you actually want to play as. So you have like multiple choices for each character. Yeah, it has a great production value, but in particular as someone who really enjoys like good game design for like if I want to look at a certain stat, it should be here, it should be there, it should be intuitive. I love the player boards in this.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lands of
It's a good choice. It's a good choice for mine. I don't know if it counts as a cheat. It's not really a cheat, but it's a game that is delivering to backers now. I have an early copy, so my copy is here now. Basically, this...
Whoa! Not delivering anymore? Did it just split in half?
It didn't split in half. I just hit the table. But it should be fine, probably. This is Avalon the Riven Vale. I should have turned on the top camera. This is so shiny and so pretty. And if you think it's just the box, it's not just the box. Every single card. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
This is actually really good.
Every single card looks this quality, and the components, the miniatures are amazing. The metal kit is absolutely amazing. If you're looking for like out of the world production, the tiles, every single thing in this game is a legitimate work of art. They did such a great job with it. It is hopefully not dented. Yeah, it looks hopefully not dented. It looks safe. It looks safe because I'm like, oh my gosh. No, that's not from the table.
Okay.
That's from like that's edge wear and tear, which does kind of like not the best, but whatever. But oh my gosh, like when I saw this question, it wasn't even a a question as to what would get the pick. I think Avalon the Rivendell knocked it out of the park on the production. I do hope to be diving into this soon to actually play it again, because I have not been able to do that yet. I do have an unboxing coming on the channel where you can see all of those things hopefully soon. Probably this week, maybe this week, we'll see. But I do want to give a re-review at some point once I've had a chance to fully dive into it, as well as diving into the expansions and whatnot. Because when I play the original game, just play the base game. I want to play more of this here and then give you updated thoughts. I was looking forward to this one a lot. I honestly, speaking of, what was the game you mentioned earlier? Not Boss Fighters. Museum. There's been a bunch of games like Museum. There's been a bunch of times in the past few weeks where I've tried to get this table and it just hasn't worked out. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
Now, Alex, I believe the next category, I didn't tell you this ahead of the video, but the next category, I think you're on your own. Because I didn't know how to answer this, because I don't... So I believe, I'll intro, I believe the next category is your current best intro game.
Yep.
And I don't do that anymore. I literally tried to think of everything this past year. If I've introduced anyone to game... That's what it means, right? A game that you use to introduce people to gaming?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
I've had that answer in the past.
I don't know if I'd go specifically to introduce people to gaming. That's like I just think of it, what's like a good, casual, easy to play game that I've recommended to a lot of people. Slightly nuanced difference.
Okay, well then I don't have mine in front of me, but I'll go with Ghosts Galore. Is that what you're doing?
No!
Stop!
Is Ghosts Galore.
Stop! Are you serious?
Absolutely.
It's a really good choice, you guys. Okay, so I didn't understand the prompt. I thought it was for new players.
This makes sense.
Like, I don't teach people games anymore. I don't introduce people to board games. All my friends play games.
So speaking of Ghost Galore...
No, this is one that I ask everyone to play, that if you have played games generally, I'm like, oh, have you played Ghost Galore? You should check it out.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Ghost Galore. So, fun fact, this one over here, like speaking of what you're saying about
this
like
was an Asmodee sleeper hit, okay? Asmodee put this out, and it is... Yeah. So good.
It is infrequent that I introduce someone new to gaming these days. It used to be like I'd slowly spread out amongst my friend group and be like, you don't play games. Have you heard the good word? Have you heard the good word? And introduce them to games. I think for the most part, I'm pretty past that. At this point, most of my games either already play games, don't want to play games, or most of my new friends usually do play games. It's rare that you find someone new that you could be like, let's share the love. But what I will say is Level Up is a good example over here, or any convention like that for that matter. When you go to a convention where you're playing games, there's very often a like, ooh, what's a good game that I could introduce people to? And Ghost Galore has consistently been that hit for me. It's been consistently the one where I'm like, here's a good fun game. Like at Level Up, this is one where I pulled up multiple times, taught it to a lot of people. They were all gamers already, but it was a go-to choice.
So in Ghosts Galore, you're going to be drafting different tiles that have different creatures on them, and they all score differently. So at the end of the game, you'll have placed 9 different tiles in your dungeon, and you'll try to form a path from doors to doors if you're able to, but more importantly, how you place the different monsters in relation to how they score is going to be important. So like the golems don't want to be touching other golems, and then you'll score for how many you have all around.
You can score 40 points if you have 5 golems.
Yeah, but then there are certain ones like ghosts, where they want to be on the same path in particular.
3 points per ghost on its own, 6 points per ghost if you share enough per ghost. 3 ghosts on a path.
Or there are ones like bats, where they have to be next to each other, but they don't have to share the same path. So you have to have the tiles near each other, but your paths can go anywhere. 0
points on their own, 5 points if they're adjacent.
For each one.
Yeah.
So,
but if it's not clear how much I played the game, by the way, I know every single scoring of every single thing consistently.
And then the other tricky part of the game is that when you're drafting out the tiles, you will look at a tile, see what's on it. First, you'll note the curvature, you'll note the monsters, how they score, what monsters you might already have, and then you decide, do I want this or do I want to wait? And if you choose to wait, the next person can either take that tile that you revealed, draw a new one, keep the new one that they revealed, or decide they don't want that one and continue to wait. Now, obviously, like, you kind of get into a loop where everything is revealed eventually, but basically you have a push your luck system of, like, do I keep looking down the stack? Do I pass something that's kind of good for me, hoping I get something I really want? Or do I just take something that is a safe bet for now? It's a delight.
It's a good game.
Yep.
It's a good game. Anyways, I'll put it on my stack. Next question.
Glad I forgot that one. Well, I didn't forget. I didn't think I had it.
Next question is, I wondered if this would be your most played. I forgot about that. I think probably
this is from,
yeah.
If you count hands.
This was almost my most played. I think that I had this as my most played, and then I got to the the gateway. I was like, but that's actually my gateway one. And then I realized I had Eureka because I hadn't logged the plays, like I said. So it wasn't in my app. But I realized I haven't played it, and I played that like 50 times.
Fun fact, how I bedazzled these. I wanted to bedazzle the front of Ghost Scholar.
Bedazzle away.
I know, but I'm just saying, that's on my docket.
Next up, we have a question. It's just going to be, what cult of the old title did you discover and fall in love with this year?
Which, Alex, how long have you been board gaming?
12 years, let's say 20, actually this math is 14, 15 years.
Yeah, and I've been doing it since 2011, which is
15 years.
So we've been gaming more than the 10 years, so I thought that was funny that I was like, well, a lot of the old stuff, I like it. That's kind of a difficult question.
Do you have an answer?
I do have an answer. My answer is Valeria Card Kingdoms.
It's a good one.
And this one is exactly 10 years old. It was 2016. Now I know like this box has expansions and stuff that I'm sure came out later, but the game itself is 2016. So this is a game where you are rolling dice and everyone gets to activate those dice. So you are still trying to gain more cards into your arsenal because they're all going to represent different dice numbers. So if you have, say for example, a 3 unit and a 4 unit, when a 3 is rolled, you get to activate your 3. When a 4 is rolled, you get to activate your 4. But the more cards you have, for example, if I had a 7, it would also activate when the 3 and the 4 activate. So you kind of want to try to compound your different numbers so that more things activate when they're rolled for you. And yeah, I just think it's very clever. It's one of those games where when you roll, everyone gets an activate ability for their cards. So you also kind of have like that interaction that's added to it. But yeah, I just think it's very cleanly done. There's a ton of options in here that I've only played with some of the cards at this point. But yeah, it's a very solid system. I think it's very enjoyable.
I like it a lot. I like it cooperatively. I like it competitively. I like the expansions. I like all of it. I'm a big fan of this game. Mine, I struggled. I almost didn't have an answer for this because I find that finding a game that's over 10 years old,
that's what I'm saying.
It's rough because usually I've played the ones I want to play, and the ones I play, occasionally I dive into other ones that are old, and they disappoint. This year I've played In the Year of the Dragon. Disappointed me. A bunch of others. A few others. That's just one that comes to mind.
Oh,
so
there's
a bunch of games.
Boss Fighters
beautiful.
Matches Valeria.
Yeah, it does kind of match up. For me, though, the one that I did find that counts is San Juan. This is a little bit cheating because it's the special edition, which is new, but I don't know if there's any real changes.
Realize that was maybe that old.
Yeah, the original San Juan, I think it's at least 10 years old. I didn't actually check, but it's definitely in that range. I never got around to play it. I played the original Puerto Rico. I played Puerto Rico way back in the day when I first got into the hobby. Kind of bounced off it. I love the new version. I played Race for the Galaxy, which is the kind of San Juan adjacent. I remember when I was first getting into these, Race for the Galaxy was recommended as being the better game, and I loved Race for the Galaxy. I had it for several years, and I played San Juan because it came with the new Awakened Realms, Puerto Rico edition. This kind of, first of all, I like the game a lot. I think it's great. I think it does a good job distilling Puerto Rico into a shorter, accessible game. Less of the strategy that you can get there, but if you want a quicker version that has like different degrees of strategy, I think this does a good job. I will say, it kind of made me want to get back Race for the Galaxy again. I don't think you played Race for the Galaxy. But Race to the Galaxy, it won't have the charm of San Juan. Honestly, that deserves a reprint. That deserves like a reprint version with like nicer art, cards, whatever. I love Race to the Galaxy. I think it has the same role selection, but I think it does a better job. But I just kind of want to get that back now. So we'll see.
And if you're wondering my opinion, San Juan, not as good as Puerto Rico.
I mean, I agree with that.
Not as good as Puerto Rico.
I agree with that. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
The next question is games on your wish list.
Yes.
What games do you have on your wish list? I'm going to pull my little handy dandy sheet.
Well, I was only going to name one. You made it plural.
I have 3.
Okay, I was leaving it at 1, but for the longest time, this was a game I would have made my luggage fit coming back from Essen, but I just didn't see it, is Ada's Dream. It's a game that I saw last year at Gen Con. Of course I could order it, but every convention I've been going to, I've been trying to find it. And even at Origins, like I went through the vendors, I could not find it. So I know it'll be at Gen Con, but that's one that I've just been wanting to play.
So
have not gotten my hands on it yet.
I went with one new one that will actually be released at Gen Con, and like that's gonna be. I actually have a bunch. If you're going by like that way, I have a lot of Gen Con that will be coming up that I'm excited for. But I picked one, which is Codenames Critical Role. I've heard good things from people who've played it. I'm looking forward to another cooperative way to dive into Codenames that isn't just 2 players like Codenames Duet. Very intrigued by that one, and I've heard good things. The other 2 are ones that have been around for a little longer, but I haven't picked up, and I've been very interested in both, but I just haven't gotten around to them yet. One is a game called Eternal Decks. I know nothing about it, like really nothing. It just has a lot of decks in some way and lots of buzz around it. I have not really looked into it, but for some reason everything I have seen has managed to not tell me a thing about the game while making me excited for it. And the other one I think you also want, and I've heard great things about, is a game called Regicide Legacy.
Yeah, I do.
I want
really
Regicide Legacy.
That, actually,
I've heard good things about it.
I
have not picked it up. I had a chance to pick it up at whatever con was first available, and it was like $100, and I was like, I don't know if I need this. And that was because I was being responsible and not getting the Cult of the New. But then the buzz continued to be like, no, this isn't just Cult of the New. This is a very, very good version of Regicide. And I was like, ooh, the buzz changes things. The Cult of the New I can push past and say, you know what, I'll hold off. No one's going to care in 2 years. It's fine. But it's already been at least a year, and people still seem to care. So I think I have to go ahead and pick up a copy at some point.
Well, I will say, after watching Jenna's tag video, if we're doing multiple games we're searching for, there were like many games that she mentioned that I was like, wow, this sounds really... I would love to check those out. And one of them I'll say was that Murdoku.
No idea.
It's a murder Sudoku.
Oh, yes, I did say it.
Sudoku.
Yes.
Where you're like figuring out a murder mystery kind of a thing through the puzzle. I was really interested in that, Jenna.
Yeah. The next category is shout out a creator, podcast, blog, or friendly local game store that you just want to give props to. I have one for this. I could have done like 17, but I just did one because I figured you'll have one, I'll have one. We'll see if we get more. But mine is going to be Ryan from How I Roll, a new YouTube channel that basically does an excellent job with a variety of things. His how to plays are top notch, a great dose of humor but clarity at the same time. Really, very possibly some of the best how to plays I've seen since Rodney Smith, and arguably, I don't kill me for this, I think I like his how to plays more than Rodney's. Like, there's a lot of energy and cleverness and humor, and all while being crystal clear. Now, granted, the volume of production isn't there yet as far as the sheer backlog, but very probably my new favorite how to play. He doesn't just do that, but that's definitely the thing that I think he excels at.
And I'm giving a shout out to someone who's tried and true, but I've never actually shouted him out on this channel. I know we talk a lot about like people we're buddies with. I've met him like once, and I'm not really friends with him, but shout out, and it's funny that you said this, to Adam Smith from Rolling Solo. I've gotten to meet him once. He's a, very sweet guy, but his channel is fantastic, and, it's tried and true. You guys, I'm sure all already know it, but I do, I just want to shout out as well that, like, as someone from this side of the table, I watch his videos a lot too, that he is very clear, concise. He can be like a little quirky and funny sometimes, but everything that he says, I was going to say, I just believe him, and maybe I shouldn't, but as far as it goes with rules and stuff, like, he is very clear and concise, and you can tell he understands what he's talking about, and he does, gameplays that it shows that he really dives into the games that he's covering, that you can just see, I don't know, you can see the gamer at heart as he's going through things, so shout out to Rolling Solo. I know you guys all know him already.
And the last question is going to be, what is the favorite piece of content you've done this year? Do you have an answer for that?
I really don't. So this was something that I thought about, that this past year I've been doing a lot here on the channel, like with previews and stuff, but I haven't been doing as much like personal things that I'm proud of. That I took it more as a challenge that like I would love to do more videos that like I used to do here on the channel, like list things or stuff like that. That I know that we've talked about a few things, but I would say right now I want to create more content that I'm proud of for fun. And I think right now I don't have something that I can point to that stands out more than anything else.
Yeah. For me, I had a few options. One I put down initially was I actually really enjoyed our top 10, top 100, but the 10 through 1, we had a lot of banter, really enjoyed it. That's kind of maybe want to do more live videos throughout the year, which I have not done, but I want to do more of. But I really enjoyed that. But then on a slightly more serious note, I think my favorite video done this year is I did a video about Alex Preddy when everything happened there. And I'm not trying to get political in this video. I specifically avoid politics as much as I can, except when I feel like it's worth dabbling into. But this is not a politics channel. But I will say that video, I both am happy I did it. The inspiration for the reason I did it, by the way, I never actually said, at least I don't think I said, is James Hudson from Druid City Games had an Instagram post around that time where he basically said, there's times to be quiet, and there's times where saying something will cost you business, but sometimes it's just the right thing to do. And he had a whole post there, and it's just kind of like poking the crowd. Not everyone likes the fact that those things exist. Even me saying this now might upset some people, and bringing those things up can sometimes be like divisive. Just be quiet. Just don't lean into things. Don't stir the pot sometimes. But sometimes it feels the right thing to do to say something. And the reason that's my favorite video, though, in particular, is not just that, but time and time again, consistently, and I don't even know if I've told you this, but time and time again, every single convention I've gone to since then, I've had multiple people thanking me for that video. Multiple people, that video resonated with them enough in terms of like someone they are watching said something when they felt something needed to be said, that I've had so many people who they brought that up like on their own. It's hands down the video that I have been most thanked for doing. And so that even though I know that it can be divisive, that definitely makes it something that I'm proud I did.
Yeah, and brave.
Yeah. But with that is Board Game Tag, which means we are going to go ahead, or I'm going to go ahead, and send this video to Chris George from Inboard. Make sure to tell him that you need to see this video, or else...
You have to, Chris. But say because Meg tagged you.
Yes, obviously. As well as Carly from Board Game Buzz, as well as Amy and Maggie from Think or Themer.
You know, when I was thinking about like what videos I might be proud of, there were quite a few wins on the channel on gameplays that I was proud of. That like games you were experienced with, where I was like, oh, I did so good.
Rourke.
But then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna. Yeah, like there were quite a few that felt really cool and good. But then I was like, I don't think that's
not the right. That's the humble and all that. But they exist.
Yeah, just so you guys know, if you're ever watching a gameplay, I am out for blood.
Yeah. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And have a good one.
Bye.
Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And today we are doing Board Game Tag. Is that what it's called? I think it's Board Game Tag. I think it's Board Game Tag. Today we're doing Board Game Tag. I like it. No, I like it. It's fun. We should keep it.
I would pay you $10 to let us start over. Put this at the end. I'll pay you $10.
$10 if I put it at the end instead.
It would have to be digital though.
I'll do it at the end. Digital money?
I'd have to Venmo.
That's fine. I can do Venmo.
Well, actually, I might force you to take cash and have no use for it.
I can spend cash.
Yeah, you can, but you won't.
Anyways, apparently we're restarting. 3, 2, 1.